Christmas Day is no more than 48 hours away from now, right? However, mobile games are still coming out in a rapid pace. Well, if you're like me and you need a few hours of yourself from social activities, and you like to spend that time trying something new, we've got over here over 20 new games already released that do worth checking out. Alright, first things first, a honorable mention and one of the finest games released within 2024 because Metal Slug Awakening is a total nostalgia bomb and then some. Imagine taking that classic arcade magic you all grew up with and dialing it up to 11. It's got crisp, upgraded visuals that still hit all those retro vibes, plus iconic maps like the pyramid and desert are brought back with insane details. And the gameplay is pure adrenaline. You can team up with friends, dive into roguelike challenges and crush bosses with crazy vehicles like tanks and even camels. This is Metal Slug Reborn and trust me, is everything fans could have hoped for. It's available now worldwide and it just received a huge new update. Coming up behind that at number 2, we've got Memento White Shadow, which has actually been making waves in Korea and is now on its way for an English release. If you're into fantasy, dark, mystery RPGs with a ton of depth, this is definitely one to keep an eye on. The characters are gorgeous, top-tier illustrations, and each one has its own unique skills to keep battles interesting. In fact, building a team feels like assembling a dream squad in the game. It is optimized for mobile, so it looks pretty amazing and plays smoothly as well. Honestly, Memento over here feels like it's set to make a big splash in the mobile gaming industry. Moving on to number 3, we've got obviously Grid Legends Deluxe, which is finally out officially on stores and it has the most insane mix of arcade fun with precision sim handling. Plus, the controls are super smooth. All the DLCs included, it's just a full package for racing fans right in your pocket. The game includes support for both touch and tilt controls, it includes over 100 vehicles, different courses, multiplayer challenges and a career mode, and more. The mobile version of it is a direct port of the original 2022 game developed by Codemasters. It works with the controller and is playable offline as well.
Sword Art Online Variant Showdown is back.
Now at number 4, well, Sword Art Online Variant Showdown is back after a whole year. So yeah, not only it's making a comeback, it's bringing some serious upgrades with it as well. If you remember, this game got pulled shortly after its original launch to address some issues, but now it's returning with a new UI, reworked controls, and a fresh feature to win everybody's hearts once all over again. You can now team up in 3-player multiplayer battles to take on bosses and earn rare rewards, plus armor drops are tied to stage difficulty, so the harder you go, the better loot you get. And the entire main story is now fully voiced. Now look guys, if you liked Monument Valley 1 or the recent Monument Valley 1 or the recently released 3, well there's a chance you might have missed on the second entry because the sequel was a tad broken on mobile. However, developers made it more than great in quality with a patch and the whole BAFTA winning indie puzzle game is now back sitting on the Play Store with even more quality of life. This is a wholly new standalone adventure. I think Monument Valley 2 has a touching story and is basically a puzzle lover's dream. It's actually a perfect mobile game. Moving on to number 6, we've got Ark Ultimate Mobile Edition, which is now re-released on Android and iOS with a new name and a colossal upgrade. See, this isn't just a rehash of the original Ark game, you're getting the iconic map plus 5 incredible expansions, the Scorched Earth, Aberration, Extinction, and Genesis Part 1 and 2. You will craft, tame, and battle in a paradise as you climb from the Stone Age survival to futuristic dominance. Whether you're forging alliances or going solo in the game, there's enough content to keep you hooked for a long time, thousands of hours, and thousands of dinosaurs on your adventure. Paper Mario 6 Nightmare was just released on Android and iOS, and it's possibly a better game than all previous chapters. First of all, it actually continues the journey of the series, immersing you in another haunting Chinese horror puzzle adventure. The new chapter, however, dives deeper into the origins, unraveling the first horrors and some mysteries. All that being said, the game actually stays true to its roots with detailed research into Chinese folklore, delivering an authentic and chilling experience with improved visuals and some surprising elements like an outfit system. It is definitely a perfect game for those late night scares.
去完成使命。
你见过一个个子很高、戴面具的女孩？我也不清楚。
也许。Boxville, on the other hand, is quite a bit like the Machinarium game. I mean, it takes you back into a world of cans living in a city made of boxes. This time, the sequel has the protagonist navigate the chaos to find his missing friend and fix a bigger mess. You can expect hand-drawn visuals, animations crafted for every interaction, and music tailored to each scene, setting a unique tone that features tons of logical puzzles and minigames. With no dialogue, just characters communicate through sketches that are pretty fun. The whole thing is a charming and imaginative experience. If you're into co-op RPGs, Loot Heroes Fantasy RPG is a blast. I mean, imagine teaming up with friends to fight evil, level up, and collect loot. In fact, this game's world's been torn apart by a rift, and now it's crawling with dangerous, all kinds of monsters. You're gonna dive into forests, dungeons, and battles, unlocking heroes with different kinds of abilities, perks, and gadgets. In fact, each hero has unique skills so you can build your dream team and kick some serious butt. Not to mention, there are PvP modes, limited time events, and some seriously detailed, handcrafted stages to explore. Moving on to number 10, we've got Football 11 Be a Pro, which is, I think, your ticket to real football action right on your phone. You see, with official FIFA Pro licensing, you get real players' names and likenesses from top European national teams and major leagues. You can take on PvP ranking matches or challenge events, plus the game has 8 competition modes to keep you hooked. The console-level graphics and motion capture tech really brings the action to life, making it feel like you're right on the field. You can also collect and train your favorite players from Messi to Ronaldo. Coming up behind that, we've got the Desolation, which delivers a full cross-platform co-op looter-shooter experience for both mobile and PC right now. This game offers a procedurally generated world system where you can take on your enemies through shooting actions alongside your friends. I mean, it offers a deep customization, letting you tweak your build to suit your playstyle, from weapons to also abilities. If you're into looting, shooting, and evolving your character with every run, this one could be a solid addition to your co-op gaming library. At number 12, even though we mentioned the game before, Squid Game Unleashed is one of the most intense games on Android and iOS right now. Just like the show, you'll face every single survival game in every run, along with some additional content and challenges. It's quite brutal, pretty fast game in nature, and one wrong move means you're just out of the whole thing. You can play this one with your friends or betray them as you battle in 32-player tournaments. It's got tons of side quests, power-ups, and life-altering fun. It might just be the perfect way to test if you'd survive the Squid Game itself.
潮流主义
Moving on to number 13, we've got Fearless Signals. This is a fantasy adventure game that invites you to a vast world where different races unite to battle a common enemy. There is a fire tribe alongside the elves. Each faction then brings unique abilities to the fight. It's got some semi-idle gameplay. You can lead heroes, collecting reward even while you're away, and just come back for more. The visuals of it do bring the world to life with some detailed environments and a lot of charm. Plus, many games offer a break from the action, challenging your mind whilst offering some helpful rewards along the way. With that being said, Harvest Moon Home Sweet Home just got an exciting new update, making life in Alba Village smoother and more fun. And now with cloud saves, your farming adventures follow you across different devices. No progress is going to be left behind. Not just that, if you prefer buttons over taps, controller support is finally here. You can plant crops, fish, raise animals, and maybe even woo your soulmate while growing your dream village. With festivals and contests to spice things up now, this premium experience costs you almost $18. However, it does pack a lot more charm. Moving on to number 15, we've got Junkeneering, which it's an action RPG that offers a fresh take on the usual stuff by blending strategic robot crafting with a post-apocalyptic twist. Well, first of all, it's a turn-based game in nature. You'll build a squad of robots from junk using an AI core brain to bring them to life. The game is also set in a world that mirrors real-life challenges like resource gathering, whilst it features open-world exploration and team-based fights. You can draft heroes, upgrade them, and face off against bosses as well. There's plenty to keep you hooked. It's an online game though, roughly 400 megabytes in size. Coming up behind that at number 16, we've got Eric and the Ruined Kingdom, which is actually shaping up to be some charming little puzzler. The full game, launching on January 25 for iOS and Android, although it's available in pre-register now, is a fairy-like game that takes you on a journey through a beautifully crafted low-poly setting. It kinda looks like the Monument Valley we mentioned, in which, in fact, you'll be playing as a prince trying to reunite his family by solving puzzles in deserts, swamps, and forests, and also his father's crown, which does have some manipulative powers that can reverse time. Plus, right now you can try out the first 8 levels for free, then decide if you want to go for the full game eventually. Now at number 17, we've got Woolly Boy and the Circus, which is one of those hidden gems that'll have you hooked from start to finish. Picture this: you're trapped in a circus full of strange secrets with your trusty dog by your side to help you. You're gonna be solving puzzles, uncovering stories, and it's for every corner of the world that it offers. It's not just about puzzles though. You're gonna be needing to switch between the character, Woolly Boy, and the dog to make the most of the skills. The hand-drawn art is a treat, and with controller support, it's smooth, immersive, and quite fun. It's free to start, and the full game is only $4 right now.
Onboarding for the Fat Cat Shipping Company. Time to put you to work. Drive across.
Number 18, we've got Crunchyroll's ConnecTank, which is a pretty fun action game where you take control of a huge tank to deliver packages. You're gonna be crafting ammo, connecting conveyor belts, and putting out fires while fighting with your enemy tanks. It's got a mix of humor with a legitimate story. There are over 100 missions to keep things fresh, and you can unlock more than 70 tanks, each with their own unique abilities. You can actually play solo or team up with 3 other friends for co-op mayhem.
step into God or demon?
Ultimate Myth Rebirth is, well, obviously it is an idle RPG, and I think it's quite a bit inspired by the AFK Arena from Lilith Games. Well, basically, you have the option to lead heroes from 6 different factions in battles against demons and evil. You can choose 1 of 3 leaders and switch between them to bond with heroes like Wukong. It's all about strategy, the game, positioning, speed, and faction bonuses that can help you win, even against the stronger enemies, obviously. Plus, the AFK features make resource gathering pretty easy, and level sharing system means all heroes can benefit from upgrades. Pretty good game, roughly 2.5 gigabytes in size. Number 20, we've got Universe for Sale, which sounds kinda like a trip, doesn't it? I mean, a woman who can literally create universes with her hands and set in a rundown mining colony on Jupiter? Well, as for the story, it's like a blend of science fiction and mysticism. If you want to go for it, you should know this adventure game's colony vibe is super unique, with orangutans and cultists walking around in a time that is supposed to survive an acid rain every day, with Leela, the character you get to play as, casually weaving universes. It's pretty wild. Anyway, the hand-drawn visuals give it a pretty extra depth. I think it's definitely for those of you who are into narrative-driven adventures. At number 21, we've got Pocket Tales, which flips the script by trapping you inside a mobile game. This is a survival city-building game now available on Android and iOS in which you navigate an unknown world while building a thriving settlement. Each survivor in the game brings a pretty unique set of skills like crafting or lumberjacking that are all vital for progress. You gotta balance production, housing, and happiness to avoid collapse. Later on, then uncover new biomes, uncover secrets, and recruit heroes to help you all end the challenge. Pocket Tales is a free game available on Android and iOS right now. And last but not least, ahoy there, Puzzle Master! Well, Tile Tales Pirate isn't just another tile sliding game, it's a full-on treasure hunt on a mysterious island. In the game, you're going to be tackling over 90 different puzzles across 9 different chapters, helping different characters and dodging traps along the way. The mechanics might seem simple, but they do pack surprises as you explore and outwit your enemies. The low poly art also is surprisingly charming, and for $4, I think it's a pretty good, pretty clever, and a kind of a all-age adventure. Thanks for watching.